thinking you're gonna upload a video, the algorithm is gonna pick it up, and it's YouTube is just gonna throw it out there. You're gonna become famous. You're gonna have tens of thousands of subscribers within months. Welcome back to another episode of the Valentine Show. I'm gonna do something a little bit different today, something that I never do on the channel, because this channel is not about that. This channel is not about YouTube in particular, but hopefully I'm able to help out somebody that's looking to start uploading videos to a platform. This not only applies to YouTube, but it applies to many different platforms. And the video is gonna be about, is YouTube worth it? What are the real pros? What are the real cons? And some of the stuff that I'm gonna talk in this video today, I have not seen nobody talk about this stuff right here. I'm gonna tell you the truth, the unadulterated truth. Let's start with doing something really special. Today is April 12th, 2021. Let me show you this page right here. This is my show, my YouTube channel. I do politics, I do Christianity, I do a lot of controversial stuff, right? My channel was started on, look what it says here, join April 12th, 2017. Today is April 12th, 2021. That's exactly 4 years to the date. I did not plan it like this. This is just how it is, how it came out, right? And the reason I bring up that date is because this is my YouTube studio. This is where my channel is finally, listen to this, and this is how we're gonna start it. After 4 years of uploading consistently to my channel, I will be able to, look what it says down here at the bottom, apply for monetization. These are some of the thresholds that YouTube they set for you to be able to put commercials on your channel. That way you could start making some money, quote unquote. Is there money? That's one of the points we're going to be talking about. So what are some of the thresholds? That way you understand your channel might not have, even though YouTube just announced that even if your channel is not monetized and giving you money, they are able to monetize it for themselves and make themselves money. But you won't be able to monetize your channel until you reach, look at this, 1,000 subscribers. I have 1,640 on my channel. And today we just crossed the other very important threshold, is 4,000 watch hours. So people have to be watching your channel for 4,000 watch hours. I'm at 4,028. We're going to do it live. That way you guys see how this process works. And then we're going to get into the pros, the cons, and some recommendations. I'm gonna be 100% truthful with you guys. YouTube is not for everybody. Content creation is not for everybody, but I will give you my recommendation. But let's do this right here. So I'm gonna apply for this, what they call Google AdSense, right? Let me see. I just did, I have this on my Spanish channel, and I just did it. So let me see if I remember, because I have another Spanish channel on YouTube. Let me see. Let's accept the terms. This is 4 years later, guys. 4 years later, I'll probably be able now to make $5 a month or something like that. Let me see what it says. You're on your way to becoming your partner, blah, 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 blah. Okay, I'm going to continue this later. I'm going to check my email to see how it goes. There's a couple more steps because I remember, but we're going to get into the meat of the video. Now, let's start with some of the misconceptions that let me change this camera angle here. Let's start with some of the misconceptions that I had about YouTube when I first started, right? This is the misconception that I have, and this might be the misconception that you have if you are starting YouTube in 2021. You're thinking you're going to upload a video, the algorithm is going to pick it up, and it's YouTube is just going to throw it out there. You're going to become famous. You're going to have tens of thousands of subscribers within months. Wrong. That might happen if you get lucky. But for the most part, it's not going to happen. YouTube doesn't like you at the beginning, plain and simple. The algorithm, and it all depends a whole bunch of different things, right? It all depends how much people, and you're going to learn from this, how much people are watching your videos, how much people are liking the video, a whole bunch of things, different things. There's a big learning curve at the beginning for a lot of things, right? That's the misconception number one, that YouTube is going to pick up your videos and then you're going to throw it out there and you're going to become famous overnight. Not happening. Now let's get into some pros. Let's get into some cons. At the end, we're going to have some notes that I'm reading here. And at the end, some recommendations. What? Number one, pros. You're going to learn a lot about gear. You're going to learn, for example, look at this microphone. I learned how to mess around with the microphone. I learned how to do lighting. I dare you, go into the couple of my beginning videos. That way you see the difference from then to now. I learned about camera. I started this video off, and started off like this too. Funny story. I started this video with a phone, with a regular phone. And I had a mixer in my home already. And I connected the mixer to the phone. And then I connected a microphone to the mixer. I don't know how many videos thinking the mixer was connected to the phone properly, and it was not connected to the phone properly. I recorded, I don't know how many videos with basically a microphone in front of me without that picking up absolutely no sound. But you're going to learn that. You're going to be messing up a lot, right? So you're going to be learning a lot about mixer, about cameras, about lighting. Just go look at my videos, my earlier videos, that way you see the lighting, how it changes. This is the best right now. What you're seeing right now, at this background and how I did this, is the best the channel has ever seen. And I've learned a lot from that, right? Now, when it comes to also to learning a lot about the topics that you're doing. For example, I do a lot of politics. So I do have to do a lot of reading. You're going to be learning a lot of reading, a lot of sometimes I make notes for the videos that I'm going to be doing. You're going to be learning a lot about gear, about the topics. You're going to be learning a lot about software. Right now, I'm recording this, for example, on a very popular software called OBS, Open Broadcast System, which I learned, but thank God for YouTube too, because YouTube is there for a whole bunch of tutorials and a whole bunch of people that are trying to make it happen here on YouTube. And that's it for the pros, right? Number two, now let's go into the cons. Number one, there is no money in the beginning of YouTube. As you guys just saw, putting commercials on your channel doesn't come overnight. Literally 4 years to monetize my channel. You are gonna have to learn, again, the learning part. You're gonna have to diversify. I just started diversifying not too long ago. I'm selling shirts. I have a Jesus shirt that I'm selling on Teespring, which is print on demand. I don't have the shirts physically here. They have them there. They fill the order, they do the printing, they do all that, and they get a cut off of it, obviously. So that's my first tool to diversify. You have to sell stuff here. So I have those shirts, Jesus shirts. I have also 1776 shirts, and in the back it says freedom, freedom or death. If you want, there's a special code called Share the Love on Teespring. Go buy that. You support my channel. You're gonna have to diversify to make some money. You're gonna have to make up some PayPals. Some people like to donate. Believe it or not, I have people, and I only have 1,000 subscribers, that they want to give money to me for, they like the content, they want to give money to me. So there's gonna be people like that. There's also obviously Patreon, which I'm trying to work on and do something like that in the future, not too far away, and set that up. That way people that want to support my work are able to give me money via those things. Now, number two is very time consuming. You need to plan out your videos, and then it doesn't matter what type of content you're doing. You need to plan out your videos. I mean, you gotta have to see, like, for example, right now I have some notes here on my phone. I have some notes that I'm reading off. That it takes time to do these videos. These things are not, sometimes they're not that easy. Sometimes they are, but sometimes they're not that easy. So it's very time consuming. Number three, I do politics and Christianity. The politics side especially is very stressful. I mean, it all depends. It all depends what type of work you do, right? But even though I've seen people that have music channels and they say that it's stressful to them. So YouTube can be stressful because, and this happens to me, you get very locked on to the number of subscribers that you have, the views that you're getting, the likes that you have, all that stuff. To you, it matters, because to you, it means something, that whether you're doing something good, and you're going to be paying attention to that. So it can be very, very stressful. It's a little bit stressful for me because, again, I do political videos. So it does it adds to, just the chaos and the stupidity. Sometimes it's too much. Now, number 4, prepare to be censored on YouTube. YouTube is a private business. That means that YouTube sets the rules to what is proper, what is not. My Spanish channel, they just censored me because I dare speak about the vaccine, right? And say something, a recommendation or something about it. They censored my channel, meaning that they gave me a strike. I cannot upload for a whole week or anything. I cannot do lives or anything. And YouTube says the rules. 3 strikes, your channel goes bye-bye. So prepare to be censored. Some channels might not go through the censoring because they might, for example, if you do food channel, ASMR or something like that, what are they going to censor? But prepare also to uh, the music to get copy strikes and stuff like that. It's something that there's a learning curve that sometimes you're just gonna have to do the stuff and you're gonna get a strike, and that's how you learn that things is bad, because YouTube sometimes is not clear with what they saw bad, or what they whatever, sometimes the rules can be vague or something like that, if I'm not mistaken, right? That is just part of the game, right? Now, recommendations. If you're still here, hit that like button, hit that share button. You're gonna learn all this stuff. You're gonna learn to tell people you have to tell them because they forget. You gotta tell them, hit that like, hit that share. Once you tell them, I bet you a whole bunch of people are gonna go and they're gonna like it right now because I told them. I just reminded them. It's not that they don't want to, they just forgot. There's a lot of things that you're gonna learn, right? I believed I was pretty good on camera. I believe I was pretty good with talking. But when that camera turned on, at the beginning of the video, at the beginning of when I started, I was making a lot of mistakes. I would get nervous, even though it was just me in the room. I mean, there's a learning curve to doing all that stuff. There's a learning curve to learning. I'm still learning. I make a lot of mistakes. Just on this video alone, I've made mistakes already with sometimes mumbling words and saying words that don't incorrectly. I mean, that's just part of the game, right? Recommendations. Let's get into it. How should you start YouTube? The first thing that you should do is start YouTube listen to this, as a hobby. Do not believe that you're going to be making money in YouTube at the beginning, because you're not. I mean, that's just the fact of the matter. I just showed you my channel. You might get lucky. Now, it also depends on what type of content you're doing, and that influences a lot, but sometimes it doesn't influence. For example, I'm doing controversial topics. I'm doing stuff that people are interested in, and even then, sometimes I feel like YouTube has a stop to my channel. Like they're not promoting my channel, because obviously if you're in the political realm a little bit, YouTube is and a lot of social medias are left leaning. I'm a right leaning conservative, so sometimes I feel like they're putting a stop to my channel, which they have. Social media censors people, like they did to Alex Jones, etc., like they did to Donald Trump, like they've done to many people. You might have put in some type of video on somewhere, and they Facebook or somebody says that, hey, you can't say that on here or whatever it is, because we have our rules. Let me see. Should you try it? Should you do it? Should you start a YouTube? The question is, you should try it. That's the thing. You should try it. Why? Because it's different looking at the video at the video creation, video creators, video content creators from the outside than on the inside. When you have to figure out that you have to start editing these videos, which is very time consuming also. You have to plan these videos, when you have to find the right time to record these videos, when you might be in a home that doesn't have the space for you to record the video, you got to wait till everybody go to sleep or something. It's very time consuming. So just start it off as a hobby, try it out, and see if you're even going to like it. The only reason I'm doing videos 4 years later, why do you think it is? Because I actually like it. I actually enjoy talking to the people, right? Like I have a live call-in show every Friday from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I talk to people. I enjoy hitting record on these videos. I enjoy that. I enjoy talking to the people, even though, like I said, sometimes it gets a little bit stressful, right? But I actually enjoy it, right? So you have to try it. Number 3, you have to be willing to experiment, right? You have to be a almost like a cowboy, right? You have to be you might not have somebody that's gonna tell you how to do this. You might not have somebody that's gonna tell you this. I had the luck of having a cousin that's been in YouTube, and he has another YouTube channel where he knows the atmosphere, he knows what's going on. So some questions that I didn't know, I could ask him how this works, how this happens, right? But let me tell you this: nobody knows all the answers to YouTube. Nobody does. They're gonna tell you, you're gonna see most of these videos out here. Oh, optimize your thumbnail, make a good thumbnail. Okay, great, that you have that. Optimize your title, great, you have that. Optimize your tags, great, you have that. And the video is still not going anywhere. You're like, what's going on? So that could be demoralizing sometimes, because not everybody has the answer. There's some content that does better than others on YouTube. For example, the ones that do very good are the content that is geared towards little kids, right? Because they stay there and they watch the content and they give likes and all that stuff, the little children, right? But I mean, you might not want to do that. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that type of content. So you got to want to do a content that you want to do, that you like doing, and that you don't mind doing it, because at the end of the day, this is gonna be a job if this is something that you want it to be as tedious as not as tedious as possible, right? You want to make it as fun as possible, as likable as possible. So you got to be willing to experiment. With all those things said, that is the in general. You could apply this to YouTube, you could apply this to Facebook, you could apply this to anybody. And this is the reality if you want to start a YouTube channel or some type of content channel on any platform. You got to be ready to experiment. You got to be ready to learn a lot. You got to be ready to sacrifice. You got to be ready to, I mean, this is just the name of the game. This is not for everybody. This is not easy. This is not those channels that you see that they have 600, 1,000, 400,000, 100,000, even 10,000. That's a lot. I mean, we don't think about it because we see these huge channels. Oh, 1 million. But just think about it. For example, my channel, 1,600 something. In 4 years, I was able to convince 1,600 people to hit a red button that is free to hit, that you like it. That is mind blowing, but we don't think about it like that. Mind blowing that 1,600. If I was put in a room with 1,600 people, you'll be like, you'll be nervous with 1,600 people. But in reality, to the YouTube ecosystem, those numbers are really nothing to make any money off. So that's why you have to diversify. What do you guys think? That's just a real truth about content creation. I'm interested to know what you guys think. How long you've been struggling on your YouTube journey? When do you plan on giving up, or do you plan on giving up? I'm interested to know what a lot of content creators that are not full-time, what is their struggle like? Hit that like button, hit that share button. If you're into politics, if you're into Christianity, you could follow the channel, because that's what I do. We have a live call-in show every single Friday, 8 to 9 p.m. Eastern. See you guys there. God bless, Godspeed me, Valentine. I am